restroom first. Oh, well. I always have to refresh this. I appreciate at least that I'm able to just get into this stuff. Still adjusting to stuff on YouTube. Anyway, welcome back to our playthrough of the Virtua Cop.
The Virtua Cop.
Well,
So
it's either that or Virtua the Cop.
is this the Virtua Cop that was spoken of in the uncomfortable marketing ad campaign?
Yes, I believe so. So he has gunned down hundreds of criminals with his 45. Really?
Should have put we should have put the Virtual Cop in Mercs. Not the characters you're actually playing as, just Virtua Cop.
Actually, that sort of reminds me. Hold on. Let's linger on the title screen for a bit. Get into attract mode. There's turns out there's a couple videos hidden behind stuff. So long as we're warming up, seeing if anyone filters in.
Also, I have my microphone showed up.
Oh,
So
of course. Yes. Gooms has a new microphone, so audio issues should be a thing of the past. But as always,
hopefully.
if there's weirdness with levels and stuff, just let me know and I can futz with things.
Yep.
All right, so I don't think we showed this off last time. Michael Hardy. Rage.
The music is like Ren Fair.
Interesting. I can hear it. Yeah, just if covered in if they covered it in different instruments. James Cools, Smarty.
It's Ren Fair with synthesizer and drum set.
For some reason, they show off Kong, but they don't actually give his name or anything. He's just the guy.
I'm telling you, he needs to see someone about those shoulders. You shouldn't look like you're wearing football gear without actually wearing football gear.
I guess. Oh, smash through a box of Virtua Cop carts or
Cute.
discs. I guess that's just the physique you get by carrying a missile launcher all the time.
Do you think he swaps back and forth to train both arms equally?
I mean, you'd hope. You'd hope that's not just, you know. So fun fact about that animation. I believe that was added for the console release. And I forget which animator was working on it, but the guy who originally animated it, Rage and Smarty drive in, and Kong lowers and is on the storage container. As he was originally animated, he was supposed to flip them the bird. Said animator was not only was that removed, said animator was banished to work on the training mode for the rest of development.
I mean, I appreciate them not firing him over that.
Yes. One thing that, and I didn't I still haven't finished that that video that I was talking about last time that I got most of my behind the scenes stuff from. But one of the things that they emphasize a lot in that is that because it was because this port was not a focal project for Sega at that time. They assigned a bunch of dudes to work on it, but like management wasn't paying a lot of attention to it. You kind of get the impression that the team could just kind of do that stuff if they really wanted, and could just kind of do whatever. And Sega was in a position where they didn't really mind if those rapscallions were just kind of doofing around with stuff like that. It's interesting. But
this was made by a Japanese team.
Yes.
Because like Japan doesn't really have like as strong of like curse words as we do in Japanese, so I have to wonder if like flipping the bird, it wouldn't even register as something that would be that big of a deal to that employee, perhaps.
Maybe, but I think there's still that sense in Japan that it's sort of a rude, it's understood as sort of a rude gesture, because you think about, like, again, the over the top cop movies that that this would have been based off of. You would absolutely have bad guys flipping the bird to the police, or rowdy police officers flipping off bad guys or whatever. So there would be context for it being kind of a rude gesture. And I would think that if they're trying to invoke a rude American character, you'd still have a bit of that. Oh, hey, Boom Gardner.
Hey, did hear my fellow middle school girls say Kuso a lot, but I didn't know they meant shit.
All right, so I can take my time on this. Last time we played each of these stages. We cleared each of these stages, but we didn't do it all at once. Our goal this time is to try and do that. We've 9 credits, 9 continues. If we can clear all 3 stages in order, we get a final boss. That's our goal for today.
Okay.
Now, I did, unfortunately, no practice between sessions, so apologies. Oh, crat shot. Oh. That's a rough start. Gonna take a little bit to de-rust, I suppose.
Does this game have audio? I guess you're not streaming audio.
Oh, shoot, am I not? Oh, no, I am. It's just really quiet because we notched it down before. I suppose I can raise it now that Gooms' mic's improved.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that.
Yep. This sounding better?
It's worth listening to. This game has a pretty good soundtrack.
Indeed.
Like this one in particular is like only okay, but
better. Okay, I might be able to find some stuff here too.
But like the soundtrack of the second and third level are like really good.
Hold up. Yep. There we go.
It's giving late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, this is aggressively 90s. Like, we talked about it a bit last stream, but this game as a whole is something that would be difficult to justify getting made due to various political factors, of course, and also just like this style of action movies kind of being old hat.
Like, you still have, like, military fiction and stuff, or over-the-top action movies. Just not... the idea of a lone cop taking on the universe by going in guns a-blazing, single-handedly, or in this case, two guys, all by themselves, taking down a crime syndicate, doesn't really hit the same.
Too many cops taking the wrong lesson from that and applying it to actual life.
So these guys that I'm shooting right now, last time we joked about them looking like our friend Tarvold. It was after our stream ended that I realized they probably have kind of sandy brown hair. Not bandanas, like I thought.
Yeah, I knew it was hair, but I assumed you meant, like, in case Tarvold took off his bandana or something.
No, I definitely... That's another colorblind thing. I think of the... I don't even know whatever color buff he usually wears. It's like orange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, man. And it didn't even explode, it just clonked me to death. How did so many of those guys hide behind there?
But yeah, I do kind of wish that there was a place for games like this, where it's like semi-interactive, but not like a visual novel or something along those lines, but just like quick time events along the lines of like Dragon's Lair or this. They became out of vogue because there isn't really gameplay depth with so much of it, but you can experience a lot of interesting cinematography when you have full control of the player's camera. These games do end up looking a lot different than any other genre, and using camera zoom in a way that no other genre can.
It's really interesting, the design space of controlled cameras. As I've gotten older, I've really appreciated how games specifically use limited or restricted cameras.
Uh-huh.
Now, part of that is me actually understanding the appeal of survival horror games these days, but still.
Yeah. Not that this is a survival horror game, but I know you were invoking Resident Evil, which also does that sort of thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Pretty bold, aren't we? I'll take care of you myself.
Pretty bold, aren't we? I'll take care of you myself.
Ah, crap. Darn it, I was just mentally patting myself on the back for a really good run of this fight.
Dude skipped leg day at least a few times, and dude skipped leg year.
Nope.
So it looks like he's firing shots out of a boombox. Yeah, kind of.
Hard to argue with that.
Also, I don't think that's... Would that ever happen where you shoot a guy a million times and then he says, okay, I give, and then that's when you know to not... to stop shooting? Like... I
mean,
think at that point it's kind of a lost cause.
I mean, if the guy was in any position to throw away his gun after being shot a million times, that says a lot about a lot of things. I kind of more think the guy would just, you know, not be doing much of anything at that point.
Maybe you weren't actually hurting him that much, he just ran out of ammo.
Oh, so what we're actually doing is every shot removes a set of missiles from his cache.
Well, I think the characters think we're hurting him. So the health bar is what they assume the health that is getting lost is happening. But really what's happening is he's just running out of ammo, and it happens to coincide with his health being drained. You'd have to be wearing a bulletproof vest, but even then it'd be a stretch. Those things are far from impervious, yeah. I don't think this is the run, but good to get some practice in.
Absolutely not the run, but let's see if we can at least clear this stage. It is sort of an interesting consequence of console design, is that with this port, there's a finite amount of continues. Whereas if we were playing this on arcade, we could, if we had the money for it, conceivably just keep feeding credits into the machine.
Honestly, that kind of occasionally makes it difficult for me to get into a lot of arcade games that rely on this sort of system, just because I never know. I'm assuming I'm playing a port which gives you infinite credits. It kind of defeats the difficulty in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Unless I want to do a 1 credit clear, but in that case it has the opposite problem of being way too difficult.
Oh man, that guy protected Tarvold.
So I think I personally would appreciate the console version more, actually, just because I don't like a game being designed around putting in, or like not designed around not putting in a million quarters.
Well, it's interesting. We've sort of... Okay, wait. One. I have to count this out. Two. No, not yet. Stop jumping at me. Alright. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ah, darn it. Donk. I think I'm gonna have to move my microphone. It's blocking a part of the screen. And that, or I'll move myself. Anyway, I was going to say, what was I going to say? Oh, with our the playthroughs that we've been doing, I feel like we've kind of really honed in on that design space of how it can be interesting to be forced to get good on limited continues.
Yeah.
We kind of had that with Astal, where if we had played the Japanese release that didn't have or that had infinite continues, we really wouldn't have gotten much at all from that experience.
Huh.
Maybe we would have been like those British magazine reviewers who imported the title and just made a bunch of racist jokes the whole time. Who can be sure?
Well, I don't necessarily think that would happen. That part would happen to us, but but yeah, it puts me in a weird place because I like the environment of arcades better. I think it works better for these sorts of games, just being like casually introduced to them and being able to play one session at a time. It can create the impression of a lot more longevity in games like this than actually exists. But I wish more arcade games didn't rely on just having infinite quarters if you wanted to keep playing, because that can kill the difficulty. And if you see games like Metal Slug, those games, as beautiful as they are, it does end up becoming like you die every 5 seconds because of that. So it's like they're not even attempting to make it balanced around clearing in any sort of pre-planned way. It just takes as many quarters as it'll take you. But on the flip side, like, this game, it's a struggle to make me feel like, yes, this is the game that's worth $60 at the time. Like it's, I appreciate what it's going for and what it's, the unique experience it's offering, but I understand why these games why these games fell out of vogue when you could get so much more complete experiences elsewhere.
There's no denying that this was an extremely important game. This was basically the thing that we talked last time about how...
You two. So you made it this far, huh?
Sure enough, you two. Really got to figure out this guy's fireballs.
Yeah. This was an important game.
Actually, hold on. Let's.
Okay.
We'll resume after I die.
Oh.
I have no confidence whatsoever on those. Damn it. What was I saying? This was an important game because it was developed alongside the technology that really finally unlocked, or the final development kit for the SEGA Saturn, the thing that really enabled developers to work with 3D graphics on it. From a technological and behind-the-scenes perspective, this was an extremely important game. From a consumer perspective, what it comes down to is if the novelty of having this, again, what was an extremely pivotal arcade game, having a home port of it, if that was enough to justify the price of it. But of course, these days, we sit here and we're like, okay, well, would I be willing to spend $60 for this game specifically? And that becomes a harder question to answer. All right. Well, gotta practice.
Only solution to the game requiring a load of quarters: work at a laundromat or install a cabinet in one and watch people never wash their clothes again. So what, like the difficulty is based on if you fail so much you won't be able to wash your clothes?
It's sort of dastardly.
But like everything else, the rich can pay to win their way through.
I mean, yes, but the rich probably aren't laundromat people.
That is true. Yeah, I guess that keeps out the rich people from the arcades just playing the arcade machine for hours and hours and hours and on end, hogging it with their infinite supply of quarters. But yeah, I tend to greatly prefer the arcade games that give you one session per play instead of you can keep playing if you put in more quarters type of thing. I feel like there's more skill that they're planning around trying to get a high score in those. Hey Will, it's going good.
Hey, Will.
LB is rusty, but he's de-rusting.
I feel like that can be said about me in a lot of respects. But yes, we played this last week. We played each of the levels. This week we are trying to get the final boss, which requires a full run of all 3 levels in a row without getting a game over. Or, well, without running out of credits, I suppose. It's not a long game, but it is a challenging game. Especially when you don't have the light gun controller, the SEGA Stunner, and are forced to use controller inputs. I actually found a game FAQs guide that I think was made in the 90s for the Saturn port, but the user took the trouble of doing a full walkthrough of this game. Now you think, is this really a game that warrants a walkthrough, akin to what we were talking about on Friday with Kirby Streamland and such? Well, it turns out the way you do a walkthrough of this game is you describe literally where on the screen you're going to be firing the gun, or aiming the crosshairs.
I mean, that's how I would do it, yeah.
Oh no, wait, I wanted that! Ah, man. Luckily, he ceased to exist as soon as his 3rd grenade went away.
No, he's one of those guys with the gun. You just didn't notice.
Aw, damn. How's it going for you, Will? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get up here. We'll leave that shotgun for later. Man. Oh, the shotgun went away.
Yep. I guess it dissolves from this plane of existence after a period of time.
Or maybe one of the goons grabbed it.
That would make more sense. Will officially graduated a couple days ago.
Well, congratulations, Will.
Yes, congratulations.
Can't believe Rude from of the Turks keeps attacking me.
Very rude of him.
Indeed. Oh, hey, Jared.
Hello.
Pretty bold, aren't we? I'll take care of you myself.
Pretty bold, out we!
Pretty bold, aren't we?
You don't have to shoot them way the hell over there.
Also, I wasn't aware Virtua Cop was a rail shooter. Yes, it is.
Indeed.
One of the most important rail shooters.
This is the game that... Oh, no, you go.
The most modern rail shooters in arcades where you use a light gun, they have a lot of their DNA from Virtua Cop.
Mm-hmm. Specifically, how this game changed it from just shooting galleries to actually moving through 3D space.
Yeah.
Indeed, Kong's gun can fire in spurts. Yeah, keep whiffing the timing on that. Grenade guy? Nope. There's grenade guy. As a reminder, the only guys that I need to be shooting are the guys that the target reticule focuses on, or the melee guys. Guys like that guy that just ran across the screen pointing his gun at me. I get bonus points for defeating him, and sometimes those enemies will hide secret power-ups. But there's a risk-reward calculation to be made there. Especially given that I'm on the slower, using a slower control style, since it's a commitment to go for those guys.
Yep. And those guys in white over there, if you happen to shoot them, since they're innocent hostages, you will lose one of your health.
Alright. Go. 1. 2, 2, 3. Very much a fan of that fake out.
Conveniently color-coded hostages. Same way the enemies conveniently only fire at you one at a time.
Yeah, I'll take the hits if I can take the machine gun. No! I want the machine gun! Ah, crap. I don't think that machine gun's worth that.
Not really. It hasn't helped you much.
Okay, you say color-coded for your convenience, but there is that one dude that keeps tripping me up at the end of this stage.
See you, Will.
Alright, see ya. Oh, grenade guy, I keep forgetting about you.
If you can at least get to stage 3 this time.
It'd be nice. Alright, check it. 1. Crap. 2. Crap. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Nice. Got the one when it counted.
Only took 2 shots in order to get him. The harmony in this, or I guess the response, the call and the response in this, reminds me very much of Turtles in Time.
Yes.
Do.
Oh man, couldn't break it. Oh, damn it!
All these dudes doing their somersaults when they could be aiming. Yeah.
Oh man.
Really neat choreography, though.
Give me the automatic. Thank you. Ah, well, it was briefly nice while it lasted.
I practice all night. I guess the answer to how do you add depth to a rail shooter is make Pokemon Snap, though.
Well, yes.
Make it more about how artistically you shoot your shot.
Oh yeah, grenade guys you always have to take out.
Yeah,
So,
them too.
Target reticule, melee guys, grenade guys. So like there, that's a big old bait and switch. The only 2 you're worrying about are the melee guys.
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on. I think we're in the precise same place we were at last time.
Pokemon Snap, but give Executor a gun. How is he holding it? Don't worry about it. Well, he is a psychic type, I suppose.
One of Executor's lesser remembered heads is the gun head.
Well, I'm just saying he could hold a gun. The poorly named move Psychic in Japanese is telekinesis. So, there you go.
Huh.
He does indeed know telekinesis.
Surprised that that wasn't the go-to name in all regions.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we're not making it out of here alive.
Ha ha! Sure enough, you two. So you made it this far, huh?
Sure enough, you two.
Woohoo!
What? I have the timing for that. come on. Yeah, no. All right, well, back to it.
Yep. You gotta drill the patterns into your mind.
Pretty
Get them
much.
perfect. Yeah.
Move
I
over
will
here.
try to stop distracting you so you can focus.
Oh no, I mean, keep it in entertaining a stream for the viewers at home.
Well, yeah. Don't feel like you have to respond to my inane questions, though.
I make no promises. I may indeed be sociable.
You really should work on that. You should be antisocial. It's a skill.
If you say so. Why? Action roll.
Maybe they could get away with releasing a game like this if they recontextualized it as fictional in-universe. Like, these are guys that aren't actually dying, they're just, like, overacting, and that's why they do all of these dramatic flips and stuff when they got shot.
Oh, that's actually a lot of fun. I really like that idea. It's like the light side version of what Bug was doing. Or like maybe you go the route that they, damn it, that you did with, or that Nintendo did with Tin Star and just make them all robots.
Yeah.
Or if you prefer, the routes that Konami did with bringing Contra into Europe and calling it Probotector.
Yeah.
It is neat. You can kind of see the fluidity of, some of the way the game sequences to some adjacent targets here.
Huh.
It's of course a lot nicer in this difficulty, but am I too far away? Ah, man.
That automatic baited you out. Didn't even get it.
Alright, not bad, not bad. Ah, man! See, the game fakes you out with that one guy that runs by but doesn't do nothing.
Yep.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Inner monologue of one of these hostages. Okay, just a little bit further. Should I go behind the dude firing on my captors? Nah, screw that. Right in front of the line of fire. Yeah. I discussed that last week. You'd think if I were in this situation, my first instinct would be to make myself as small as possible and find a corner somewhere so I don't get shot. Not so much for these guys.
No real survival instinct amongst the white shirts.
Yes.
Action roll. Alright, let's see how badly this goes.
Be small? Nah. Be a billboard of a person? Absolutely.
Still don't have the trick for him.
You did before. You just gotta get good at aiming and shooting those missiles.
Yeah, I suppose. At least we're sitting prettier than we were before.
The second guy, though, you weren't even doing good last time
No.
on his shots. So I don't know what to tell you there.
No, and him I gotta figure out, too.
Or just do so well everywhere else that you have lives to spare on him.
And there's gotta be something, though. Grenade guy? No. Now grenade guy.
Okay. Yep.
Actually, that's grenade guy running by earlier. If I tag him, then I don't have to worry about him. Hit me! Darn. Had a really good string going there. Well, luckily he missed.
Sometimes they just don't hurt you, which is interesting.
Don't exactly mind that.
Maybe it's like iframes when you're respawning.
Guess I can always just last grenade guys. Oh, not this. Nope, you know what? Screw you, I'm not even going for your dumb machine gun. Only the most loseriest of losers uses machine guns. Suppose it's just antagonistic to keep shooting at that guy when he isn't bothering me, nor is he giving me much besides points. Likewise there.
I mean, he might show up later and make it more difficult. You don't know. If you shoot him,
I've
maybe...
played this enough, I think I know. Oh, come on. Ha! Eat it. Again, Jabroni's chums keep futzing with it.
Damn meat shields.
Hatchets are like grenades.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I did think about it.
Ah, damn it! I
Didn't
have
count
to
it
think
out.
about getting bonked! I got the boop. Except the boop is with the truck.
It wasn't a boop so much as a beep.
Help me.
Hatchets are like grenades, but what if instead of explode, they're sharp? Genius. Wiser words have never been spoken.
Really makes you think. Ah, man, I got backhoed. Okay. Please give automatic. Nope. Thank you. Ah, damn. Luckily, the white shirts are completely safe from Grenade Guy. I think you're the only person who can actually hurt the hostages.
Yeah, they don't want to kill the hostages, then they wouldn't have hostages.
So that are hostages like collector's items for bad guys?
Yes! They even trade them for... They even sell them to cops in order to part with their collection and make a fortune from it.
Can't believe there's a scalper's market for hostages.
Capitalism ruins everything, even our nice, innocent little crime sprees. And we used to commit crimes just for the love of the game, but these people just have to scalp all of the hostages.
You know, hunter-gatherer societies have no concept for hostages. Really makes you think, don't it? Maybe humans weren't meant to have... I don't know where I'm going with this.
They had hostages, but they just collected people because they felt like it. They
There
didn't
you
try
go.
to sell people. Also, this is getting too close to slavery for my taste.
We can pull the eject button, it's fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice and smooth.
Nice.
Alright, we're healthier.
Ha ha! Sure enough, you two. So you made it this far, huh? Ha ha!
Okay, okay. Of course, these guys. Whereas they at least have consistent spawns.
You kind of have to spray and pray on those bullets and just hope that it shoots the fire. That's your only chance of hitting all three.
Okay, well, I'll just... Oh, don't return my cursor to the center of the screen. I'm trying to friggin'... Yeah, I know. I see him. Come on. There we go.
Well, you made it through that time, at least. It's an improvement.
Let's see how far we get. Can we make it into Evil Corporation?
Yeah, can you make it to the cool scene transition?
Yes. That at least should be doable. Oh, I want the shotgun. Give me the shotgun. Shotgun, shotgun. Thank you. Ah, damn. Oh, man, stupid hatchet, man. Alright. Almost at the cool transition. Here we go. Yeah!
You did it!
Alright. Everything else is just gravy. Very short-lived gravy.
It was one tiny scoop of gravy.
There you go.
A teaspoon of gravy.
Well, at least on the leaderboard. But we also have the top spot on the leaderboard, so, you know.
A thin gravy. I like to picture that there's a really long trampoline platform behind the brick wall. Boing, bang, 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 boing, bang, bang, bang.
Again, leading into the it's all just stunts or in-universe stunts.
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna be a bit to get back there. So, Gooms, I sent you a list of magazines covering Virtua Cop.
Yes.
Would you like to read through some of the reviews? Now, that link will have just friggin' every magazine that covered it. I don't think we have to do all of the coverage, but some of the reviews might be interesting. I believe it starts with the arcade version. You can do that if you want, but if you scroll down, the Saturn version is slower on the page.
Okay, let's see what SEGA Saturn magazine has to say about it.
First hit. Sounds good to me. Rifle.
Interesting. They said Puyo Puyo Su was in development. Never got that one.
Huh. Even just saying the Japanese name and not like contextualizing it as Mean Bean Machine 2 or something.
No, it's Puyo Puyo 2.
Huh.
It's just Japanese screenshots of it.
Interesting. Reminds me a bit of the very first issue of Nintendo Power has a preview for Dragon Quest 3, back before we got Dragon Warrior.
Huh.
Alright, remember Axe Guy. Remember Axe Guy. Alright, there's this guy who killed me. this guy. And then there's Hatchet Man. Oh, that's even deliberate, where the guy's corpse falls onto the crate, so you're guaranteed to see the automatic. Sneaky.
Here's tips for bug. We use some of those.
Okay, but I gotta know what it says.
It tells you the level skip
Oh.
mode.
One that doesn't even work in the American release? Ah, damn, missed the shotty. Oh well.
Maybe it does, but you have to put in a code.
Yeah, is like, what is it? It's,
To get to level skip mode, go to the title screen with start and options on it and press BABY, baby. Down, right, AL, down.
Baby seal. Baby seals, plural. Because remember, it's north, south, east, and west.
Oh. Why baby seals?
Because there, other passwords, as I recall, include Cabal Crew and Sexy Weasel.
Okay.
Don't question that. Oh man, oh, that auto lasted me a while.
Okay, here it is. Buy Sega. Price €59.99. Style killing. Release December.
Wait, style killing?
Yes.
I mean, I can't argue with that.
Another amazing AM2 title. This one a glorification of all things evil and violent. But does Virtua Cop have enough stamina to last a home invasion?
Wow. Okay, no, fair. I'm reminded at how little I think of, American gun culture and media, or how used to it I am compared to a lot of like your average Brit or whatever.
Arcade gun games were dead before the appearance of Virtua Cop. In fact, they're still dead with the exception of Virtua Cop. Who's bothered about spending a quid to fire a big plastic swivel mount machine gun at some badly digitized actors or unconvincing alien sprites? Let's face it, the novelty value wore off long ago, and only the incredible innovations of Cop could tempt most regular arcade goers to pick up a gun again. But tempt it did. The reasons for Cop's success are manifold. The area-sensitive polygon graphics allowed players to shoot to kill or wound as desired, with different results for different hits. Arm grasping, collapsing to the floor with a dodgy leg, spinning around dead. The game isn't nearly so static as other types of this kind either. Your cops explore the terrain of each level fully, running around and progressing through the landscapes of each level as it blows up and collapses around them. And you don't see thousands of enemies popping up from behind exactly the same barrel either, as the amount of cover provided is taken into account when placing sheltered hostile forces. In fact, you won't see enemies popping up from behind barrels at all that much, as your foes arrive on screen in far more interesting ways, running out from buildings, rolling across the floor, sliding down conveyor belts, leaping out of trucks, you name it. If it's Starsky and Hutch style, it's in there. Of course, the gameplay challenge is pretty linear. It's a target shooting game which tests your aim and your reflexes as well as your target assessment techniques and general capacity for mass slaughter. Although only of villains. Don't shoot the hostages, remember. Shooting your enemies more than once and watching them twitch and convulse as your polygon slugs slam into their criminal bodies is enormously satisfying, but sometimes you have to forego such bloodthirsty pleasure to take out another target. But there are lots of little touches which add depth to the mayhem. Shoot a barrel full of fuel and the resulting explosion takes out all nearby nasties along with any surrounding scenery or vehicles. Blasting a perp in the right location disarms them, awarding bonus points and making you look cool in front of your mates. Basically, it's one of the most stress-sating shoot-em-ups you'll ever play. Of course, it's best if you shell out the dough for 2 guns. The actual hardware is well balanced and feels exactly like an arcade shooter. But if you're not that bothered about realism, you'll not be disappointed by the joypad controls. The 2 cursor movement speeds allow you to shift your sight across the screen in plenty of time and also aim perfectly. Plus, reloading is made just enough of a faff to emulate the off-screen reloading procedure of the pistols. But it's unlikely any real fan of the arcade will deny themselves the full-on experience. Putting it simply, Virtua Cop is up there with the best of the 32-bit games. It's got more depth than you'd imagine, but it's still mindless enough to prove frenetically playable. Even once you've completed it and perfected the additional training mode option, you'll still want to go back. Not necessarily to beat your high score, just for the sheer fun of it. Sega have once again shown that their formidable arcade division is the perfect breeding ground for classic home games. Buy 10 copies.
I feel like that review was all over the place. It started by just dissing the entire genre, which it's not your thing, that's fair. But veered directly into loving the snot out of that.
The truck, these are little captions. The truck comes bursting through in level 1, and the baddies take pot shots as they drive past. Another one. Depending on where you hit the enemy, you'll be awarded different points. Shoot them in the head for the highest count. This is King, the level 2 boss. He's really difficult to defeat, mainly because he has loads of other baddies helping him out. Best defeated in 2-player mode. Just like the arcade, there's 3 stages in the Saturn version of Virtua Cop, and there's the Saturn-only original mode too, which 2 players can enjoy.
Yeah, I know that
That's it.
we haven't really been able to do much with the versus mode, but it exists.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing. As a little splash page after it.
Nice.
Says, Virtua Cop, the best game yet on the Saturn? Could well be, though you'll need 2 guns to get the most out of it. What can we say? This is arcade perfect, as far as we can tell, and it's damned bloody enjoyable too. Even if you do finish it, which is quite likely, you'll still want to play it again and again and again. Graphics 95, sound 91, playability 96, last ability 94, overall 96%.
Okay, yeah, seems like fairly beloved.
Yeah, I know these games were universally loved at the time. It's just, I think unfortunately every rail shooter is kind of hard to go back to, I've noticed, for a lot of people.
Damn.
Or at least every light gun rail shooter.
Like I said before, I'm still trying to find my golden light shooter that is going to do it for me for the genre. At this point, I don't know, Carnival might be the most fun I've had with one, but I also think Evil Circus is kind of an overplayed trope, so eh.
Yeah.
But game feel is pretty great. Oh, come on.
It does say something that, like, the only, like, really culturally relevant rail shooter of this style that I can think of in the past, like, 20 years is Galgun.
I guess I have at least seen arcade cabinets conversions of the Tomb Raider reboot. That's something. It's kind of shooting gallery, but and those are all right. Of course, I'm really only playing it because I'm fond of the game that it's based on, which is a weird thing to say about a video game, but you know.
I think most of them are alright. It's just hard to find that wow factor.
Nope. Ah, damn.
Virtua Cop 2, from what I remember, actually does play with some things, though, and it's neat. Did you ever play Time Crisis?
I have not, but of course, my buddy has this story of how kids at his old school's annual ski trip would blow all of their lunch money on the Time Crisis 3 cabinet.
I went through, I think, all of the Time Crises too, and those are goofy, fun.
Yeah, here those are pretty good. The whole thing of the game using a step pedal for its a step pedal for its mechanics, and thus the player needing to physically approach the screen for some of their shots to count. Definitely missing some sort of trick with
you gotta move in one fluid line instead of stopping at each fireball, and just kind of spray and pray.
But there's all that stuff about being able to move at multiple speeds that I'm just not figuring out.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like if I can tap into whatever that is, that might help with this. I don't know if it's like an issue with the emulation or what.
Oh, wait. Speed up? There's a speed up button?
Supposedly, yeah. I just haven't been able to get it to work consistently. All right. All right. So I can assign up to 2 actions per button. So let's see. Moves, but it was there to begin with. Let's try that there. Actually, let's do it like this. There. Now, it has to be... I suppose I can always just
Oh,
notch down difficulty as well, but...
What's gun adjust?
I'm not able to select it. If I hit start, it just defaults to exit. I think it would be an option that I'd do more with if I had the Sega Stunner in play.
Yeah, that's probably calibration.
I think so. Okay, so... just for the sake of things, I'm going into training mode just... We're probably... I'm not going to spend as much time here as I was before last session, but I'm just trying to experiment a bit with the cursor. Now, see, it definitely moves at a consistent clip.
Really? Because it looks faster than it did before to me.
So, alright. I'm not holding the button here. Now I am holding the button. I don't see a difference. I'm now tapping the button.
I might see a little difference, but... Is it like a toggle, maybe?
I wouldn't think so, but I guess... if I remember correctly, the manual doesn't actually say anything about it as an option.
It doesn't.
Now, he did futz with gun looseness quite a bit before, but if I remember correctly, we didn't notice any difference with it, excuse me, last session. Okay, I'm going to do it like this. I'm just going to have no continues. I'm going to go into gameplay, see if, just observe general behavior. Oh, right. Switched around buttons. Maybe it's faster?
It's not like double speed or anything, but it might be like 25% faster or something.
definitely am going to want to move reload back. This is throwing me. Waste of time. Guy was a bodyguard for his other jerk friend. I do feel like the cursor just naturally speeds up on its own as it slides for a while.
I'm noticing that too, yeah.
Wait a second.
What?
Gun adjust isn't movement speed, it's sensitivity. Notice how I'm way wide of center for shooting these guys.
Oh. Yeah, I was noticing that. That you seem to be able to shoot a lot easier this time.
Ah, well, I have to be careful about it, but that must be it. I guess we were unintentionally making it way harder for ourselves by notching it all the way down to 0.
Okay.
This is an interesting wrinkle to things.
It seems like you're able to do a lot better with, like, moving your cursor over there really quickly and then firing without lining up your shot too perfectly.
No kidding, I'm on fire here. And like, I've been practicing, but it's not that much of a difference.
Uh-huh.
I suppose the real test will be seeing how easy it is to clear out enemy projectiles.
Yeah.
Lady Bo, don't we? I'll take care of you myself.
I still don't know what the hell's up with
Oh yeah, that's why it was so much easier for you to shoot these. Now that I think about it.
too slow. But still.
Okay, so not your continues all the way up, and then let's see.
Yeah, I was I'll also need to reapply what I have buttons what buttons I'm using for stuff, because this is a lot trickier. I was going to suggest notching it down to easy, but maybe let's hold off on that for a little bit and just change one variable at a time. Okay.
Yeah, might as well adjust the secret thing that makes it easier instead of the thing that looks a lot less impressive.
I guess, yes. No, wait. We've bungled it.
Yeah, if I remember that speed run or playthrough I saw before they advertised that they were doing it on hard with gun sensitivity or whatever 0. So that must be like the hardest way to play the game.
Challenge mode. That's it. Dastardly.
Gun looseness 0. So gun looseness 29 must be the best.
The easiest, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we want sight on, I would assume. Don't see why we wouldn't. Okay. From the top.
I mean, that is a very unclear variable, I have to say. And it's not explained in the manual either, so.
Gun looseness. You know, the looseness of the gun.
Everyone likes their guns nice and loose.
Actually, now I should maybe try training mode and see if I kick ass. No. We did enough training mode last time.
Yeah.
Of course, that is the upshot to, or the downside to having looser guns, is it's easier to murder innocents.
Yeah. But there's a lot
trade-off.
less innocence. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's fine to have a few casualties, no big deal.
It's not what I meant. Making the mother of all omelets, Jack. Don't shoot me. See, like, look at me. I'm just no-scoping dudes all of a sudden. Alright, mustn't get cocky, though. Rifle. Almost sounds like TT's telling me about these guns.
Go for it, rifle!
Suppose that's TT if he ever got invited to GoldenEye. Boy, that's just what the world needed. A really, really, really fast odd job.
I mean, that does seem like something that Rare would do, have a very secret character that's just, in GoldenEye, that's just TT.
Yes.
Maybe only unlockable with a code.
You don't get all bonds, but you do get TT.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I've taken the training weights off. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Ah, man, I didn't murder.
I was getting worried that you were doing much worse than last time, but That explains it.
By definition, I was, but still. There was a reason. Automatic. Man.
Does mean it's easier to get the power-ups, too.
Yes. Ooh, wow. I don't think I've really staggered that guy that way before. Okay, well, I think we've set up and accomplished everything we wanted to. Shotgun!
And I guess if you have the shotgun, it ups the gun sensitivity even more.
Ayo!
The most sensitive.
I'd rather shoddy.
The shotgun's really in touch with its feelings.
You know, good for the shotgun.
Yes.
Help me.
I guess you kept the shotgun all the way to the boss.
Indeed.
Lady Bo, don't we? I'll take care of you myself.
Ah, man.
Oh yeah, much easier.
Good lord, yes.
I'll call what you want to know about a racket.
Now the real test
Yeah, I
would
was
be when we
wondering,
get
that
to
guy-
King.
That guy didn't seem that hard before, but you were kind of struggling with him this time, so I was curious what was happening.
Yeah.
85 accuracy instead of like 30.
Yeah. I'm... oh yeah, I'm good. In the words of Bug the Bug. Launched that guy's handgun across the field. Wait, I know. Luckily, explosions don't hurt.
Coming up. Nope.
Help me. Even got a ×2 multiplier. Nice.
Does show that there's like a huge difference between skill levels in this game if you're playing on sensitivity on looseness 0. Looseness, I can never remember that. Looseness 0 versus looseness 29.
Yeah.
Although that it's the kind of thing that doesn't show up to anyone except for the person playing the game, which is weird.
So theoretically, if you wanted to be a massive dick, you could set it up ahead of time so that you've got looseness 29, player 2 has looseness 0, and then you invite them to like a party or something. Like, I don't know, man. I practice this game all the time. I don't have any problems. Maybe you're just not good at these. I don't quite know the circumstances in which you conspire to set this up to specifically put a dude in Virtua Cop, but you know.
Yeah, normally video games, there's like a... Once you get to the high level, there's a show-offy aspect of, like, you can do the really impressive thing. And show all your friends that you can do the impressive thing. But here, though, it kind of looks like doing the really impressive thing and setting it on the hard settings. It wouldn't look that much different than from just setting it on the easy settings, which is weird.
Aha! Ah, man. I shot him. Hey, wait, that man just vanished. What are you doing?
Like, I don't know, I think if you're doing the harder thing, it should look like you're doing the harder thing.
It would kind of be neat to get some sort of tactile feedback to getting, like, precision kills or something. Well, I mean, I guess there is, because you get the more... You get the game acknowledges what type of shot it is, and you get stuff like the dudes flipping away.
Yeah, I guess so. And I guess if you're aiming for the high score, you need specific shots like disarming anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess 0 looseness isn't really that much different from 29 looseness if you're going for the high score. So I guess you can count the score as something to brag about at least.
Yeah.
In fact, looseness 0 might be better for getting the highest score because you're specifically aiming for those very specific spots.
I mean,
and it would prevent you. It would prevent you from accidentally shooting somewhere else or something.
It is giving me credit for a decent amount. Oh, oops. It is giving me credit for decent amounts of like nice bullseye there. So I don't.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know how it's counting that.
Well, it does the nice bullseye whenever you hit the hand, I think.
I've been wondering
because
about
it's a
that.
disarm.
I know in the arcade those are called out as justice shots, and then I think the game acknowledges headshots in a different way. But I guess I'm not sure. That's what I get for going ham.
Yeah. But you're at 7 credits at the end of stage 2 instead of 7 credits at the end of stage 1. So, way better.
Although these tight hallways are definitely an instance of that being a bad thing. Or of because I keep getting multiple hits in on the front guys.
So you made it this far,
Uh-huh.
huh?
Oh well. Alright, moment of truth. Holy shit, yes.
Yeah. Oh god, so much easier. And yeah, that's confirmation, if anything, that that's what it is.
Man alive.
Wow.
Oh, that feels so nice. Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't think King was that difficult of a fight. You just need to practice that.
Yeah, just shoot the fire when it comes out. It's pretty obvious. Did you not get what you were supposed to do?
Oh, come on. It's not a complete gimme, but...
Yeah, but you lose maybe 1 credit instead of losing 5.
There we go. Alright, let's see how we do.
Why do you face King after you face Kong?
I know, right? Maybe it's less obvious that way. Or, quite possibly, it allows Sega to quietly dig at Donkey Kong Country. Shotgun! You! Haha! Stupid motherfucker. Ah, well.
Yeah, we were just judging based off of the movement of the cursor, but now that we know that it's the gun accuracy, that helps a lot.
No kidding. Well, we still don't know what the speed up button is. We just veered into a completely unrelated thing that's extremely helpful. Do you mind?
I mean, I still think maybe the speed up button helps a little bit, but it's not. It's not super noticeable.
Yeah, it's definitely. Wait a second. Hold the phone. Put all that to the side. No
Yeah.
one cares.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm going to forget it otherwise. In stage 3 of this level, I have to remember to try it. Supposedly, you can shoot out the jug of water that Sarah Bryant is holding.
Okay.
I have to remember to try and do so. Oh, crap, sorry. She asked so nicely, too. Don't shoot me.
Don't shoot me.
That's okay. That's okay. I forgot about that guy.
I'm gonna get you. There's another one coming up too. Yeah, wow. You didn't even need to up the credits. You needed to up the gun looseness.
I guess it's good that I was training myself, but still. Ah, man. Tarvold got me. Automatic. Nice. Just still. Ah, man. Don't. This isn't a gimme. We still have to put in the work for the final stretch, but
Yeah.
well, that was a waste.
It does contextualize the difficulty of the stages, though. I think without the aiming being as big of a concern, this is definitely the hardest stage, which is weird. Hard to explain, but like, I think stage 2 has a lot more quick things showing up, but this has a lot more things in general that you have to shoot.
Mm-hmm. A lot clearer focus on difficulty through having to hit specific lines of enemies.
Yeah. So like the stage 2 boss gets really difficult if you can't if you can't shoot the fire in time.
Mhm.
But it's not like there's as dense of enemy patterns.
Damn.
So I think it's weirdly with the setting, it makes the difficulty scaling a lot better.
Yeah. All right. There. It's mostly for funsies. Plus time.
But now you'll regret being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
For now, you'll regret being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Crap.
I don't really get this guy though. He just seems like a retread of the first boss.
He is, yeah. I think if you let his rifle go, I mean, that's just bad news bears. All right,
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, thought I crashed for a second there.
This chopper is all I need. I'm through with you two. Now you meet your maker.
The real final boss. Joe Fang,
I guess
our father's killer.
So I guess we fight this boss in a different location each, depending on the order we do it in.
Actually, I confirmed, and you only fight him if you play the stages in the canonical order.
Oh, huh.
So
That's
if we
strange.
played these out of order, we just would never fight this guy. The stage
Weird.
3 boss is the kingpin of the organization. Joe Fang's just kind of a dick. That being said, with sensitivity notched way up, obviously this isn't too bad.
No, he's not.
Later, loser.
With looseness notched way up, you mean?
Correct, yes. This cutscene would play no matter... the scene this cutscene takes place in would change based on what stage we played last, and which boss is being arrested would change as well. I don't think there's any significant difference besides who's present. So, like, there aren't any different animations or what have you.
Yeah. Look at the bros. They're gonna be bros.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'll buy you a beer. Well, Rage, we have beaten the enemies. How would you like to experience a beer with me? Indeed, that sounds quite enjoyable, Smarty.
Why are they talking like that?
I don't know, just the way they're moving and staring created that impression.
Hey, they can only do so much on Saturn. They worked hard, damn it. Anyway, that's game. I think I will futz. Oh, wait, we now have a new mode. Ranking mode.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is just playing for score attack. But, oh, no. Oh, Well, let's see how long we last.
So it's, I guess, ranking mode sets it at specifically 5 health and no continues,
Looks like it, yeah.
and maybe a specific gun looseness.
No, gun looseness is the same as before.
Okay. I mean, well, I guess if this has a special high score counter, it's so that you can compare this with this like quote unquote official mode with your friends. Because the other high scores judge you based off of what stage you're in. This is more cumulative.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how long I last here. Good. Luckily, if you murder a hostage, you don't lose your special gun. They only confiscate guns for death, not for killing the wrong person. Don't read too much into that.
Well, I guess that proves that shooting a hostage is objectively less bad than getting shot.
Yes. All the cool kids shoot hostage? Nah, that's not fun.
Virtua.
Wait, that one guy, what exactly is he rolling out from? Oh, rip. Automatic. Oh, oop, there we go.
Yep. 3 out of those were hostages. 3 out of those 5 health.
And your rank is?
9.
I don't know what the other part is, but 9. Okay. Alright, so probably is see how far you can get, and the game will judge you.
Yeah.
Somehow I still placed on the other leaderboard, so did quite well. The issue is it wipes the score every time you continue. Otherwise, I would have gotten a monstrous score at for that full clear. I think there's something else you unlock as well. Let me see. Ah, here we go. Over here, we can change the language. No, we can't. I can mirror the game world for some reason. Gun select, I cannot select. Book keep. Oh, neat. Okay. This is all the bookkeeping. So they keep a lot
Yeah.
of stats here. 165 player one games. Wow. Oh, it must count every time I continue.
Or maybe it counts training mode.
Probably both, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, it feels like outside of making more game, they did everything that they possibly could with this game. Like there's nothing wrong with what is there. It's only 3 stages and the training mode.
They wanted to keep it an arcade faithful conversion.
Yeah.
It bears mention that Virtua Cop 2, the arcade release, was in development around the same time. And I believe in magazine interviews where I mentioned last time that if you speak Japanese, there is extensive behind the scenes information on this game where every month during development, they went to the team and were like, what's new? And they're like, oh, well, we've been working on level 1, or we've continued to work on level 1. You can see that the graphics are a lot better than they were last month. At this rate, they may even be better than the arcade release. Next month, we're going to really focus in on level 3. We want to try and get that sorted out because since it's an indoor scene, there's lots of really complicated geometry. We want to make sure that we get that sorted out. Really, really in-depth sort of stuff. But there's reference, or there's a question or two of, are you going to add this sort of thing? And there's a mention once or twice to the effect of, we want to keep our version of the game as close to the arcade original as possible, but the guys working on Virtua Cop 2 or the guys working on the sequel will add that, or that's going to be in the sequel, which bears mention because Sega had not officially announced the sequel to that point. So it's interesting. But but you do kind of get the sense that they very specifically had the intent of, we're going to make the original or we're going to make a version of the arcade game on home console. We're going to add some stuff to it, but the core experience has to be the arcade game.
Yeah.
And fair enough.
Yeah. I'm just so of two minds of it. Like I really appreciate the cinematography and what they're going for and everything. I just don't know. Just being honest, like if you compare it to Doom, Doom has so much more content in it, and Doom was a year earlier.
Well, maybe that's the wrong comparison to make. I mean, yes, but look at it in the context of... Okay, luckily, this mode still has teeth. Look at it in the context of other arcade conversions that Sega was doing, and some of the other ones that we've looked at as part of this series. Virtua Fighter, Daytona USA. How does this stack up to those as both as a home conversion, but also as a general Saturn release?
I think it stands up really well. I think it's a great conversion. I think that, like, if you specifically want the game at home, it offers something that very little else does. But at the same time, like, $60 for this. Like, it kind of speaks to the problem with the Saturn console in general, is that it's trying to capture the magic of the arcade when the arcade as a magical place of the highest quality games is dying.
Well, at that
Like-
era, it wasn't dying. It was.
I would say it was definitely dying outside of fighting games. And there were certainly games like Virtua Cop and the racing games that were helping with it, but like, I don't know, it was an also ran, so I guess dying might not be the right word, because it wasn't there yet, but it was like, it wasn't the sole juggernaut like it used to be.
That I grant. And I will acknowledge as well that, what is it? Dance Dance Revolution very much gave arcades a second life, and that was only a couple years away from this. So obviously there had to be something of a slump.
Yeah.
All right. We're not going to do this again. I was just seeing if the gun looseness helped, and I guess it does, but also, yeah.
But I don't know, it's I guess it just speaks to a kind of person that isn't really me. I like longevity in my games and depth, and although I appreciate what a lot of Saturn games are going for, they don't have that because they're aiming for this specific conversion of the arcade experience. Go ahead.
No. Go on. I don't know if you had more of to that thought.
So I just keep thinking, like, if I was a parent back then, would I consider this to be a worthwhile investment for my child? And I'd say definitely not. If I was a kid, would I want this game over something that would feel like a quest, or like have lots of different levels and lots of content? I also think definitely not. If I was a kid, if these games were selling for less money, if these were $20 versus the $60 that the other games cost, I could see that, but they're not. They're oftentimes more expensive because they're trying to be accurate arcade conversions, and I don't know, they feel like they would be great diversions for the rich people who could afford buying every video game, but I don't know if they work for people that learn to appreciate the few games that they had.
It's one thought I've always had about the Sega Saturn, and this is going back, gosh, when I first started exploring online spaces and people talking about Saturn games and stuff. So to me, it would have been maybe 23, 24 years ago. Even back then, I always got the distinct impression of it being this being very much a collector's console.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I wasn't paying attention in the era. I would have been before I was forming conscious memories, but from even less than a decade out, a lot of that impression was that it had all these mystical, ethereal experiences that cost nigh on $100 to accomplish. Like Saturn games being elusive was not a new phenomenon.
Yeah.
Now, granted,
Game finished already? Yes, it has. Finished.
Indeed. It turned out there was an option that wasn't a difficulty setting that made the game way easier to plow through.
Yeah.
But now, granted, I've said it before, but the way we've structured this Sega Saturn retrospective is we are looking at a lot of more arcadey titles in nature. Bug
I guess
is
you
probably
do get
going to
some
be the
longevity.
Bug is going to be the
Go
most
ahead.
consequential or the most lengthiest game that we're going to be looking at as part of this series.
Yeah.
There are the Saturn was an RPG machine as well, and it had its
Even
fair
though
share of
most of those were only in Japan, but yeah.
well, yeah, but so I want to make sure that I'm not entirely giving that impression that it's an arcadey console. Nevertheless, one, a lot of the prominent releases were by AM2, Sega's arcade department. Two, a big, as stated with Virtua Fighter, one of the main goals of the Saturn as a home console was the ability to emulate. I now forget the name of the arcade board, but to emulate some of the prominent arcade boards used in the arcade. And three, the Saturn was a system that could be coaxed into doing 3D, but really wasn't fully there. I was just listening to a podcast today with about the subject of next week's video game, where he's talking about how so the Saturn can do 3D graphics because of its dual CPUs, but the issue is those CPUs were first designed for rice cookers and converted for use for computer processing.
Wow.
It can do it. It's just it's definitely not specialized for that.
Sega's one strange company, I have to admit.
I get the impression it's less Sega was like, we need CPUs, there's a rice cooker, let's take it, and more the technology was originally developed for a rice cooker and gradually worked its way into the video game industry. Perhaps it might be, and I'm not a hardware guy, but it might be that like it's the same CPU that the Genesis used, so that's kind of a funny coincidence or a funny lineage. But then for the Saturn,
Gotcha.
let's do 2 CPUs. Again, I'm not super brushed up on that, but what's the point I'm trying to make? Developers who knew how could make fairly sophisticated experiences on the Saturn. The trick was that the Saturn was a notoriously difficult console to develop for due to its unusual hardware, due to the difficulty in it getting proper dev kits out. So the amount of the developers who were able to do those types of experiences either were Sega themselves, who had a leg up, or were developers that managed to wing it on their own and figure stuff out. Because by the time that Virtua Cop's arcade conversion rolled around, or a home console version rolled around, well, you're already halfway through the console's life cycle, so you really don't have a whole lot of time to develop a game from there. Considering that this game was developed in a year, and that was considered a fairly breakneck development cycle for this era.
And I guess you do at least have some longevity through the different difficulty settings and whatnot. But and like you can kind of, if you did trip and end up as the game that you had to play, you could sort of make your own fun by adjusting the settings and making your own game out of it. Kind of like how you can do that in Kirby's Dream Land once you unlock the custom menu, and you can set it down to a single health point if you want.
Sure.
If you wanted to be a masochist on extra mode or something.
Or again, be a massive dick to your player too.
Yeah.
Since all of this is on a toggle, continues are shared, but the amount of hit points you have and the looseness is based on respective players.
So I'll put it this way. I think this would be this is not a game I would ever buy personally, but it would be a game that if I saw it at a friend's house and played it there, I'd have a blast with it and want to come back to his house all the time.
I feel that, yeah. It's very much a... I forget if I've said it as part of this series or any time recently on stream, but I kind of have in my head... there are games that I think about well, you don't seek this out, but if you trip and happen to acquire it, and that's sort of a family in-joke of, oh, I tripped and did this thing. If you trip and happen to find yourself holding on to a SEGA Saturn, this is... and that SEGA Saturn happens to have a SEGA Stunner now available for retail for... this is a decent game to trip and suddenly acquire.
It would have cost you an arm and a leg back then, and now it's only going to cost you more. Probably both arms and both legs.
At least one lymph node. I think you have only one lymph node. It doesn't matter.
Well, aren't lymph nodes scattered throughout your body through the lymphatic system?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, probably. Well, you'll have only one lymph node left after acquiring a SEGA Saturn with a SEGA Stunner and a copy of Virtua Cop.
Yeah.
There we go. Saved it. I
mean, that's as much a question. I could very easily be wrong, and I don't know much about the lymphatic system, if I'm being honest.
It is just a funny body part to randomly mention. That is all. That is all I care about.
Yeah.
We're getting off track though. But basically, I think that's fair. From a technological standpoint, this was an extremely important game internally to develop. Externally, from a consumer side, this was probably a really fun novelty if you had the bank for it. If you could, or again, if you tripped and somehow acquired it, this would be a really fun novelty. I don't know that...
This would be a great party game.
Yes.
To bring to... Not party game in the sense of Mario Party, Although that is also a good party game, but just to literally bring to a party to people who have never seen it, I think people would have a load of fun with this game.
Absolutely. Just you have a bunch of dudes in someone's basement, and you're like, oh, have you seen this? Yeah, it's not an arcade, but yeah, no, I got it at home, and like you have 8 dudes all sitting around or standing around the TV while 2 guys are trying their best, and absolutely.
So I guess looking at it from that point of view, I'm not a very sociable person, and I don't go to a lot of parties, so it's always been difficult for me to judge that sort of space where games exist. But if they are looking for that sort of thing, I can't fault it too much. It's just not my specific scene.
Sure.
It's a scene I would like to be involved in more, but it speaks to my introversion that it's difficult to actually bump into and run into that sort of thing.
That's fair. Though it does make me think, if I next time I find myself at a gaming convention, and if they've got a setup of all the home consoles and stuff, I should see if I can get Virtua Cop running. Of course, if I'm at a gaming convention, they'll probably have an arcade cabinet, but you know.
I think that's the problem with a lot of fighting games too, honestly, is that I don't have someone to teach me the ropes and just like learn through fire, which is how so much of the FGC like got involved with each other. They're more extroverted, but they love video games, so they're able to like want to put in the time to learn all of these combos and whatnot.
Sure.
So I guess a lot of these Sega Saturn games might hit really well if you're part of that specific scene, and like if you have that community around you to play with. But it is just not going to be something that's going to work on your own nearly as well.
Mm-hmm. And again, you have exceptions like I don't know, Panzer Dragoon Saga, but at the same time, I have to wonder if it's like what Shenmue was for people who were of the Dreamcast era. Like most of your Dreamcast heavy hitters are going to be your Sonics, your Crazy Taxi, Space Channel 5, Samba de Amigo. Very, again, more arcadey experiences, offset by the very unusual, more slower story-driven stuff. A bit of but that, because of that contrast, it becomes more of a talking point. That's kind of the intrigue of throwing that in there and kind of being a more of a gateway to other stuff rather than the exemplary of the core essence of the console. That's a bit reductionist, but there might be something there, yeah.
And I guess looking at it from that perspective, I would say that this is I think this would be more effective as a party game than a lot of similar projects on the Saturn. Like, I think this would do better at a party than Daytona would, for example, because Daytona would just kind of maybe not have as much novelty. It just looks like a racing game to a lot of people, and like that's fine, but that's more mastery of learning the specific corners. But this one is so immediately obvious, but makes a strong statement for itself immediately that I think, even though they're both aiming for the same kind of market, probably this works better for that market.
Here's what I think. You go to the party. You've got other stuff going on, of course, but early on you're like, hey, you want to play SEGA Saturn? I got Virtua Cop. That's the thing that draws people in the first place. You get a little bit of crowd of people switching the gun around and stuff, and everyone taking turns. After an hour or two, everyone's bored and wants to move on. So you're like, oh well, I've got Virtua Fighter as well. So you switch over to that. Again, people are switching around, taking turns. People are filtering around. Some people are coming in, coming out. As the evening wears on and more people start to head out, maybe had their fun with the party, you only have a couple people left. I think that's around when you start to burst out Daytona.
I could see that, and just like play that long into the night and get really good at perfecting the turns and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's for more of your 2 a.m. Deep, meaningful conversations about nothing in particular.
Yeah.
And just that's the context in which you're having this conversation is you're playing a marathon mode of Daytona. I don't know. People who are watching this who are writing perspective scripts for nostalgic mid-90s indie films, there's your inspiration. Have at it.
Yes, you could borrow our fictional nostalgia that we are inventing wholesale.
Yes. Shit, I might actually have to remember that, though. Then, whatever. I don't know, that seems pretty conclusive, though. Any other thoughts before we wrap up here?
Not really. If we ever do the sequel series, I do think Virtua Cop 2 adds some neat little things, which makes me appreciate it more as a light gun game. Just with the it still feels like this genre is inherently going to be pretty limited, which we've spoken to allows you to plan out your shots and make them meaningful, and it allows you to make the game really immediately appealing to the player, which isn't a bad thing by any stretch. But I do like that the second game tries to add in a little bit of depth where it can. So maybe if we ever do a sequel series of Saturn Spectacular Sagas, then we'll be able to see that as well. But
yeah, I'd be down for that. I've weirdly that would for me complete the trilogy, because I mentioned before I have played Virtua Cop 3 on cabinet.
Oh yeah. Virtua Cop 3 never had a Saturn version, did it?
It was years later, like 05, I think, is when it came out. It might have had an Xbox version, but
Gotcha.
Substantially later. Definitely out of this golden era.
Right.
But yeah, no, I'd be down for revisiting Virtua Cop 2, revisiting the series in a sequel, a showcase to check out Virtua Cop 2, since I do hear very good things about it, including right here, right now. Thank you. But that is not part of our plans for this current Super Sweet Sega Saturn and Spotlight Showcase Spectacular.
Especially since that would also mean we would have to revisit Bug as well. So
Yes. Although we will do another nope. We will do another light gun game towards the end of this series. Be sure to stay tuned for that. Before that, though, next we have some stuff that's a bit hard to pin down genre-wise. So our next two games actually come from beloved Sega creative, or Sega of America creative, Edward Ettore Ed Annunziata, best known for Echo the Dolphin. He was a prominent producer during this era, the very late 80s into the early to mid 90s, was involved with a lot of Sega games, particularly ones from the American development teams. And that means that he was involved with two different Sega Saturn titles. Next week, we take a look at the first of these, a game that I have actually played. And Gooms, I don't think you've know a whole lot about.
I do not.
A very, very strange game called Three Dirty Dwarves. I am actually very, very much a fan of this one. Maybe not a favorite game of mine, but I played through it a couple years back and had a jolly good time, and I am very excited to subject you, the viewer, to all of the weirdness involved.
Excellent. I know the game after the game you're talking about. That has a lot of similar weirdness, and I love that is the weirdness and experimentation of that title is what makes it one of my favorite games on the system that I've seen. So I am very eager to see what Three Dirty Dwarves has to offer as well.
You can definitely tell that it's the same creative influence behind both of them, just in very different directions. But more on that next time. For now, thank you for joining us. We hope y'all had fun, and we'll catch you on the next stream.